Hello. How y'all doing? Hope you're doing good. Welcome to my stream. I'm DC. You probably didn't hear any of the music at the front because I don't know why, but you know, stuff. Welcome on in. Thank you for joining me slightly later than usual. I did go to the dentist, and I do appear to be floating. I'm in my 3D era. It's like I'm in an iPad or something. So there is a video out about this. Let's see here. Who did this video? I think it was Gale Level. Just kind of skewed. Right? Hey, Leaf. Welcome on in. So yeah, this one. There's a Lewis script. Yeah, DC is just going to pass by us, right? So, because I have the stroke glow shadow on, and I have the 3D effect, it made this big, thick black border that you can see over there on that edge. So I decided to keep it. Anyway, look at that video for all the details, and we'll talk about it on Tech Friday, but basically it's a Lewis script, and also Exceldro is going to put it in the newest shader filter, or shader file thing that Exceldro makes, because Exceldro got permission to put it in the shader file thing, and you can get the code early, like a beta version. Just go to the link in that video I just posted, and if you want to use it with the shader filter, follow the links in the video, and you can get the extra this 3D effect for the shader filter. I have it up for the game screen, and for when I do this. Because then I can do things. Oh, that decided. Oh, that's the wrong button. But then I can, go like this. I'm looking at a thing, and it's slightly bouncy. I'm slightly bouncy. We're all slightly bouncy. But yeah. So I'm just floating on by. Don't mind me. Anyway, we'll talk more about that on Tech Friday, and we're going to talk about the road announcement that actually happened, because now everybody has a video about it, and I've watched a few of them. About the was it the Rode Videocaster S? Yes. Thing about this is it does lose the perspective of looking at us as a viewer. Yeah. But I'm looking over at chat. What's the total on videos that were out about it before it was announced versus after? I would like to know. Like, we have this one article that says this thing, so we're talking about it. Like, okay, but not even the company is saying it. We're talking about it as if it's a total thing. And so, hey, Steven, welcome on in. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with this 3D effect thing. So, JD Lady, hello, welcome in. But yes, now I'm just looking over at chat constantly. That's all I'm doing. Ooh, 3D, right? I decided to put an iPad into OBS, and look, and I'm slightly floaty. So yeah, and just because Steven came in and didn't see it, here's my game screen. So now it's like I'm looking kind of downish at the game when I have a game on, So imagine the game in that area over there. So I may keep this one, but the power of imagination, right? But if I go in, studio mode, and I hit this, I go to filters, I just click that off. Hey, I'm back. Look at me. Yeah. Yeah, filters. Filters are fun. Ooh. 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 Mouse clicks. All right. So this Saturday, I'm producing a one shot. You should watch it because it has one urban bohemian in it and other cool people. Go there, do the thing. It's at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. So come on by. I'm almost done with the overlay. Yeah, just got a couple little corrections to make, and I of course will be good to go when the time comes. Now then, everyone else just has to be on time. All right, let's see. So yeah, but I'm real happy with the overlay. I would show it to you, but that would cause me to break my own stream. Well, no, I was late for Rivals one time. May have been before I was producing, but you had a good brunch. Hey, good brunch is good brunch. So can't pass up good brunch. Oh, so I wanted to tell you all about a movie. I briefly mentioned it in my Discord, kind of as I was watching it, and it is terrible. Now, I have mentioned the most horrible movie I've ever seen before on here, called Things. That is absolutely, you're watching that with a friend. Do not watch it on your, or watch the Riff Tracks version, because you do not want to experience this alone or without someone making jokes at it. It is absolutely terrible. Like, I had thought I'd seen a lot of bad movies, but this one things lowers the bar even more. But this movie is also one that brings that bar down as well, and is real close to things. It's called Guns of Chupacabra. And it's by Scott Shaw and Donald G. Jackson. And the only reason it's better than things is because you can kind of see what's going on. It makes no sense at all. Like, one scene goes, then another scene goes. You have no idea why one thing happened another. There is a story, kind of. It has Kevin Eastman of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles creator fame in it. Julie Strain, Robert Zadar, and Joe Estevez. And if you've ever seen a Joe Estevez movie, because he's done a lot of movies with Scott Shaw and Donald G. Jackson. Sorry, those are all pretty terrible too. But it's something they call Zen filmmaking, and it's apparently a terrible idea because all the films they've made with Zen filmmaking have been, well, terrible. And you just kind of have a story, and then you let the actors go, and whatever they say or do happens to get into the film. And it just made a confusing mess. There's no cohesion. There's no plot. It's absolutely terrible. And Julie Strain has done a lot of B movies and a lot of softcore. Like, I don't think there's a movie where she isn't topless in some fashion for at least a little bit. So right at the beginning, they have Kevin Eastman in a white t-shirt and white boxers sleeping in a bed next to her. She has a full, I don't know, fantasy sci-fi get-up on, and it covers everything except for her boobs. It covers here, and there's just cutouts for her breasts, and they're it's the weirdest costume choice. Then later, when she's shown, she has a weird metallic bra thing on because she's there's some sort of space king and queen, and they send an agent out into the desert area to find a chupacabra because chupacabra is evil thing and wants to take over something. And apparently there's a story about it that sounds like a potential Oscar winner. Yeah, oh yeah. No, this won't win anything. It is. If you want to see a truly awful movie, by all means, I would definitely again recommend the Riff Tracks version. It is universally agreed that when someone is wearing sexy armor, we are honor bound, one, not to shoot at their obviously exposed vulnerable areas, and two, look respectfully, right? But there was a story I had read about this movie in which Joe Estevez showed up on set not knowing the script because, again, he was thinking it was like a Zen filmmaking thing. And then Scott Shaw, who was directing him at the time, said, well, I didn't have a script either, so I just kind of went off memory. And so there's this bizarre thing with Joe Estevez in this get up. He's some sort of space ranger or something, but he's standing in front of a cave in the desert the whole time. And his character says some things that sound like they're kind of related to the plot, but actually aren't. And his character has nothing to do with anything at all. He just sort of narrates some stuff, and then they cut away to the next, I barely want to call it scene, but things that occur that were put to film. And so it is truly, truly amazing in its awfulness. So if you ever get a chance to see it, you check it out. But, check it out with a friend. Sounds like the Transformers cartoon episode Hoist Goes Hollywood actually mocked Zen filmmaking before it was a thing. It might have been. Let's see here. When did this one come out? I was thinking it was cool like the Blair Witch Project, but apparently not. No, it's not cool like the Blair Witch Project. Because he made a lot of the Scott Shaw, Donald G. Jackson movies were made in the 80s, 90s. So we're talking about that era thing. Yeah, it was this was released in 1997. And yeah, it's pretty awful. It is. Now, luckily, I got the riff tracks version, and the riffs were pretty funny. I had something to laugh at, other than the total incomprehensible mess that this was. I mean, I don't even know if I can say it was a sequence of events. But it does have the regulars of a Scott Shaw and Donald G. Jackson movie, which is Joe Estevez and Conrad Brooks. The two of them star in a lot of movies by Scott Shaw and Donald G. Jackson. Conrad Brooks, his first role of note was in Plan 9 from Outer Space, where he was a cop. And since then, he's just done. I don't know if he's done anything of note other than a lot of terrible movies. But quite the start, right? Oh, he's still acting and stuff. He was in a movie this year called Midnight Massacre. You may remember me from Plan 9 from Outer Space, and then not a single better movie since, right? I mean, I can go through some of his more recent titles. Starting in 2015, we have Bite School, Joey Hollywood's Movie Night 2, Pit Fire of Hell, Killer Waves. I mean, don't these sound epic? Oh, 2017 has Toilet Gator, which I'm sure is brilliant. Did they make a sequel? Oh, there's a sequel called Ghosts of El Chupacabra. How dare they? That was made in 2019. There's like 3 people credited on IMDb, so it might be one of those things that Does this exist? Maybe. But yeah, so if you ever want to see the worst in experimental filmmaking, Guns of El Chupacabra will definitely show you how experimental films can go very, very wrong. Oh, and if you want to see another one, which is still bad but not as awful as Guns of El Chupacabra and still involves Zen filmmaking, you can watch Baby Ghost, which again has Joe Estevez and Conrad Brooks. Just don't expect a lot from it because it's terrible. I've watched so many bad movies that I can rate them in awfulness. Isn't that great? I love this for me. But yeah, so if you're feeling like incomprehensible stuff, definitely watch things for the worst movie. Terrible movies with great titles, right? But you need a support person when you watch things, or the Riff Tracks version, so at least it sounds like there's other people with you experiencing things. And then you could watch Guns of El Chupacabra and, hate yourself for a while. And, or, have some laughs. I know I've talked about my favorite bad movie, though, which is Robo Vampire, which does not have a robotic vampire, but has Timu Robocop and vampires. It is. There is a guy called by the name of Godfrey Ho, and has a lot of different names on various movies. And sometimes the movies that came out of a particular studio just attached his name to it, whether he had anything to do with it or not. But Godfrey Ho is famous for taking a movie, then filming extra uh, other things, and mashing the two together. And Robo Vampire is one of these mashups. So there is a movie about drug running, and then there's the stuff he shot with the Timu RoboCop. And the vampires. They're the vampires that hop around. That's what I think. That's Chinese. There's Chinese myth has vampires that do that, and the myth behind it is that rigor mortis has set in the body, and so they can't quite move their legs. That's why they hop. But the hopping just looks silly on a film, and there's a lot of these vampires that hop around. And so, if you want to have a good time with a bad movie, I suggest Robo Vampire. It was made in 1988. And it has some hilariously bad lines in it. So check it out. Doesn't make sense. Makes more sense than the previous two movies I mentioned. And speaking of Godfrey Ho, he was labeled as a director Godfrey Hall in the movie Honor and Glory, which is bringing me to my next person in kind of bad movie land. But she's really awesome. Her name's Cynthia Rothrock. And yes, she can kick your ass in 15 different ways because she's a numerous black belt and, teaches a variety of techniques to students. And she was also in a lot of action movies, particularly in the 80s. And she was really, really good with stunt work. Like, even though the plots of the movies aren't fantastic, the stunts she does and the other actors, especially because she was filming in Hong Kong when she started, and they didn't have the same safety requirements that the US had. So I think her first movie was Yes, Madam, and the plot is terrible, but the stunts are fantastic. It looks like one guy probably died. He didn't, but the stunt is just so glorious and amazing, and it's like, how are you alive? But yeah. So if you ever see the name Cynthia Rothrock, probably not a great movie, but you should check it out because the stunts will be awesome. You remember her? Yeah. She just made a movie last year. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't, so I don't know the quality of it or anything. But yeah, she's still there and can, you know, probably still take out everyone around her with no problem. Is acting debut? Okay, sorry, I was reading briefly about someone else, so looking up. I was looking up John Carradine because he's in a lot of the bad movies that I've seen. He's done a few really good movies, but he's in a lot of bad sci-fi movies. And apparently, they would hire John Carradine because they could just give him a bunch of dialogue. He would memorize it and be able to spit it back on camera like no problem. So you'd get a lot of roles, and if you want to hear a lot of fake science from the 40s and 50s, watch a John Carradine movie because they're terrible, but he's really good at talking fake science things. So he was in some good movies too, but yeah. Let's see. All right, what else we got today? Oh, I was at the dentist, so Really didn't feel like setting up anything else for the time being. Oh, the new Forgotten Realms books should be widely available now. They were out in if you did the pre-order, you'd have access to them on D&D Beyond, but you should be able to get them wherever fine role-playing books are sold. So if you like the realms, there's a whole slew of new material for you, and there are some third-party projects also expanding on it too. So if you're into Forgotten Realms, it's a good time to get in. Oh, Tech Friday. I'll either have to be on a little earlier or start later. I'm talking like, a couple hours later, uh, because I have to, in a certain time, I have to get to an appointment. And so I'm not sure which way I want to go, though. Possibly earlier. Let's see here. Oh, I just saw something. Compact PC. Okay. So Steam announced a new Steam machine and Steam controller. This article's on Engadget. If you remember Steam machines, they're making another one. And they plan to release it in early 2026. Been a while since there's been a Steam machine, so, There's still all sorts of early Black Friday deals everywhere. If you're looking to get into 3D printing, Bamboo has some big sales going on right now. Let's see here. Bamboo Labs. Yeah, here we go. Up to 47% off site wide. So, like Steam Machine 2, yeah. If I can get you just the link. Okay, so here's the sale at Bamboo Labs. I mean, their A1 Mini is 33% off right now at $200, $199 US. And they are doing some flash sales on things too. So keep track of that website. I didn't want anyone to miss out on any deals if they were looking for 3D printer stuff. So check it out. And the A1 Mini, that's pretty good. Pretty good price for your first 3D printer. And Tech Friday, we'll talk about more about Fantasy Grounds. I'm hoping to have a chance to download Fantasy Grounds now that it's free. Take a look, see what I think. I definitely am going to be encouraging the Reader app because that is very clean. The Mini might fit in your place. Awesome. Yeah, I'm wondering if I could fit a Mini in the room behind me. Let's see. Oh, here's another article on the new Steam box thing. New Steam Deck. This is on Ars Technica. It's like a little cube thing. So if you're into cubes, this is a console for you. It will be running on Steam OS, though the compatibilities, the Ars Technica article says, crucially, the new Steam OS offers compatibility with the vast majority of games made for Windows via Proton, a key feature that was missing the last time Valve pushed Linux-based Steam machine hardware roughly a decade ago. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. So yeah, well, Tech Friday, we'll talk about Fantasy Grounds. Probably more on Steam, the Steam Cube. And I do want to talk about Rode's Videocaster S thing that they actually announced a little more. I think that's worth talking about more. All right, and anything else you want to bring up? Do it. We talked about charity streams earlier. Prax is running charity streams. I was in one on Sunday for Veterans Day. I think there are more to come, so let me get the link here. Check out Prax if you haven't already. Give a follow. You can also watch the VODs from a few days ago as well. Lots of fun charity streams. And then once again, on Saturday, I will be producing a charity stream. And where did it go? There it is. So yeah, the ones who endure. It's a charity stream benefiting various charities that, as it says, as Keith says here in the announcement, raise funds in support of our neighbors who are being threatened with harassment, assault, and kidnapping in the name of immigration enforcement. So each player will have a different charity they're local to them that donations can go to, and those links will all be put into chat. So definitely go check it out and be a good community member. Tell your neighbors about Frozen Water. If you are headed to PAX U this weekend, have a great time. Hope you have fun. I won't be there, but tell everybody you meet that I said hello. Just DC Lasair says hi, and then walk away. And don't say anything else. It'll be amazing. You'll be missing Pexy. Thanks, Leaf. Yeah, with the money and the Philadelphia Marathon the same weekend, it was too much this year. But I hope everyone has fun, and if there's PAX by itself is intimidating to me, right? If there's any fights in the circle bar between TTRPG people and marathon runners, I want to know about it. Because y'all be in the same hotel space. Feel a little bad for the marathoners, because if they're trying to behave all weekend, they won't be able to really party, right? You put a marathon in my gaming convention. You got a gaming convention in my marathon. Good times. Now we have to see how marathoners compared to teachers and real estate agents. I also want to know which of them were super excited because they get to do both, right? Like, who's the crossover person? But yeah, I hope you all have a good time. The couple of years I've gone, it's been fun, and I really enjoy seeing everybody there. Hoping someone has the Gundam TCG on sale. Ooh, yeah. Get Gundam cards. Lots of them. Okay, let's see. Wait, here's another article. Valve did something else. This on The Verge. How many other announcements did Valve make today? Holy cow. Valve is welcoming Android games into Steam. There you go. Okay, so they made a wireless VR headset called Steam Frame as well. So they want to have some rich browser integration. So, okay, this is the article slightly more about the Steam Frame thing and them kind of talking about not having Android games on the platform, but being open to the possibility of this happening. I didn't know Valve was having a bunch of announcements today, but apparently they are. Or they did something. Right. Oh, Roll20 announced a new feature as well. They have a map pins beta, so you can put handouts right on your maps to review clues and things like that. And you hover over a pin, and a text box pops up with stuff inside of it, and you can just drag and drop them for your players. So that's an interesting thing. And then if Obsidian Maps grows like people have asked it to fit the TTRPG space, you could also do the same thing in Obsidian with their maps and pins, because you can already do that with a regular map, but then the TTRPG community that likes Obsidian got involved and said, hey Obsidian, that's real cool, you can do real world maps and everything, but we'd like to do this for fantasy maps too, please. And they just got inundated with the request to have that happen. But that's cool that Roll20 has made that available as well. All right. Ooh. Oh, speaking of Obsidian, we have they made an announcement too. Neat. So I suppose we'll talk about this because on Tech Friday because it involves Obsidian. The Obsidian importer now lets you generate markdown files from a CSV. Converts thousands of records in seconds and automatically generates a base that you can use to explore and edit the data. So it's taking the stuff, and base is their term for databases. So that is pretty cool. So yeah, like Excel files and things like that, you can just take all that and have all that data right into Obsidian. That's great. I gotta check this out. Well, of course I gotta check it out. It involves Obsidian. How am I not going to check it out, right? Wow. Okay. That's pretty awesome. Software companies doing neat things. See what else we have. It'll be wrapping up here pretty quickly. Oh, Brian put this article in my Discord. It was Elgato has a Stream Deck Mini, which has Discord themes and to be your Discord companion and everything. So it's a special color, and you know, if you want to get one, they're branding it as your Discord companion. So, all right, I think Steven's on, so we will go raid him. Here, Let's hear. Steven is playing a game called Unpetrified Echoes of something. It's cut off. Let's actually look at the stream. Unpetrified Echoes of Nature. Okay, that's what it's called. Alrighty. The convince you that you need a specialized Stream Deck for the things that a regular Stream Deck can already do is interesting. Yeah, right? I was thinking about this too. I'm like, is Elgato going to do the Magic the Gathering thing where they just keep getting, instead of like Final Fantasy and God of War and things like that, they just keep making Stream Decks around tech software, so Discord, and then you know, I don't know, an Obsidian deck, an Excel deck, a deck for Word. Next up, Adobe CC Stream Deck preloaded with actions, right? All right, let's go see Steven. say hi, have fun. I will be here tomorrow with a video game of some kind, and then Friday will be Tech Friday, which will probably just be a little earlier and not later, and so I can, eat and take a nap or something. Yeah. So, but I will post about that on the socials. Check that out, and I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks for being here. Stay tuned for the raid, and have a great evening. Bye.